ToonGrin.
Hey Freakazoid, you want to see a review about a magical tranny?
Really? Are you serious? Yes! Yes! Yes!
Ranma 1/2. Ranma 1/2. Now there's an anime. Action, adventure, and martial arts? Yeah, we're talking the real deal when it comes to anime. Created by Rumiko Takashi, the manga Ranma Nibbon no Ichi, or Ranma 1/2, is a series that ran from 1987 to 1996. The premise follows the life of 16-year-old Ranma Saotome, a young martial artist who is to be engaged to Akane Tendo. The main focus is on Ranma, who went with his father Genma to China for training, where they came across the cursed training grounds of Jusenkyo, where each spring carries a tragic curse, and if you fall into one of those springs, you take the form of whatever drowned in that spring. So instead of listening to the guide who was trying to warn them about the springs, Ranma and Genma decide to go training, and inevitably they fall into the springs. Now, when splashed with cold water, Ranma turns into a girl and his dad Genma turns into a panda. Hot water does, however, reverse this. And this goes on for the entire series, and these two aren't the only people who join the Curse Club. You got Ryoga Hibiki, Ranma's main rival, who turns into a little black piglet named Pichan, who acts as Akane's pet. We got the hidden weapons artist, Moose, who turns into a duck, and Shampoo, the Chinese Amazon who turns into a kitten. Hell, we even got Pantyhose Taro, who turns into a chimera creature because he fell into the spring of a yeti who drowned riding an ox carrying a crane and eel. Anime's fucking weird. Now I got my hands on the movie, so let's head on over to Japan. This is Ranma 1/2, Big Trouble in Nekonron, China. And we start this movie off like so many episodes of Ranma, with Master Happosai stealing some women's panties. Wow, 28 seconds in and I can already say,
what the fuck, Japan?
Meanwhile, Happosai returns to the Tendo training hall, getting Ranma in trouble with Akane again. And how to describe Akane? Well, she doesn't know what she wants. She gets upset when Ranma's with other girls, even though she only shows a vague interest in him and never really admits her feelings to him. So it's like she's stringing the guy along, since he doesn't know she loves him, and he doesn't really know how to feel about her, especially considering she beats the shit out of him all the fucking time. And Ryoga is genuinely in love with Akane, but she sees him as just a fucking friend, sticking him in the fucking friend zone all the goddamn time, which is a pure purgatory of sheer crotch rot. But you'll show that bitch when you fucking skin her cat and burn her fucking house to the fucking ground.
I'm going slightly mad. I'm going slightly mad.
So after a delightful chase scene that shows us nearly every character from the series make a cameo, we finally end up back at the Tendo house where the chase ends, and an elephant beats the fuck out of Happosai.
Anime, it's a hell of a drug.
So after the elephant lays the smackdown on Happosai, we meet the elephant's owner, Laichi, who apparently was wronged by our dear beloved Happosai.
I find you now, Happosai! You pay for what you're doing to me! Huh!
What's this thing? It looks like a scroll.
This scroll what make Holder lucky has been in family for generations! Happosai! Because of you, Laichi! 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 Give Laichi back her childhood!
Then a flying boat appears. Fucking awesome. So we meet our villain for the movie. This is...
Behold, the master of the impeccable school of 7 lucky gods martial arts. His name is... Kirin!
My prince, he comes!
Huh?
At long last, Kirin has found the one foretold in our legends. The woman chosen by the 7 lucky gods martial artists. Fair one, you shall come with us.
At last he comes!
Who are you? Kirin has no business with you, foolish woman. You do not possess the scroll.
What?
Rejected!
Well, as you can guess, Akane, having the scroll, gets kidnapped by these bastards, and she's being taken to China where she will marry Kirin, and it's up to Ranma and our heroes to save her. Now the good news is, the movie doesn't take the Mario approach. The team sets off with Kuno, one of Akane's many suitors, offering to allow the group the use of his boat, and our heroes set sail.
Onward, men! Row! Put some back into it! Forward!
Oh man, I knew it was too good to be true. I'll be surprised if we make it to China at all.
Alas, poor Akane. I wonder how the poor child is faring. I long to see her sweet.
Hey, Gramps, what's that in your hand?
Dear Akane's brassiere.
Why, you dirty old... Whose fault do you think this is, anyway?
Hey, Ryoga, stop rocking the boat for crying out loud.
No way! Not until this old goes feeding the fishes on the bottom of the Pacific!
You silly Ryoga. This Sea of Japan.
Everybody to the middle! The boat's gonna...
Meanwhile, aboard Kirin's vessel, Akane is being held captive while she's being taken to China for the marriage ritual. So Ranma, along with his friends, are saved by Lychee, and together they sail for Nekonron, China. Aboard Kirin's ship, Akane is complaining about the food they serve, being that they only eat pickled vegetables. So she decides to sneak out at night and prepare her own dishes for Kirin to eat. One would argue, why doesn't she just lace the food with rat poison to kill Kirin, so she can escape? But being that it's Akane's cooking, I imagine rat poison food would probably taste a million times better. For those of you who are Ranma 1/2 fans, you totally got that joke. For the rest of you, I'm sorry, here's a clip of a girl getting kicked in the face by a horse.
KO! You win!
I'm so going to hell when I die. But it's going to be a sweet ride up until that point. So Akane has somehow managed to steal all the pickle barrels aboard Kirin's ship in the middle of the night without getting caught. And she's also somehow managed to load them on top of the ship's drop hatch and is threatening to drop them into the ocean.
What the fuck, Japan?
Okay, just look at the size of those barrels. They're fucking huge. Bigger than Akane even. So I'm supposed to believe that she moved them all on her own? Though you know who could have moved all those barrels? Okay, so Kirin, being the idiot that he is, does agree to eat Akane's debilitating cooking. Let's see where this goes.
Incredible! This is home cooking! This is what food other than pickled vegetables tastes like!
Now you understand, right? And there's a lot more delicious food out there. You don't have to eat just pickles. Huh?
Master Kirin!
Hey, what's wrong with him?
Pickles!
Huh? Pickles?
Pickles? He could not have said that in the original Japanese version. That has to be an Americanization fuck-up.
Eh? Tsukemono?
Huh, son of a bitch. I guess the translation's pretty accurate. Unlike some other anime dubs.
These donuts are great. Jelly-filled are my favorite. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut.
Bet you didn't know jelly donuts were made out of fucking rice, huh? So to cure Kirin of his crippling case of the shits, Akane goes to get him some pickled vegetables, but the latch ends up being accidentally opened, sending Kirin and Akane plummeting into the ocean. Coincidentally, Team Ranma was close by, and Ranma along with Lychee jump into the ocean to save Kirin and Akane from drowning. But the 7 lucky god martial artists, man that is a kick-ass name, fire out a net, snagging up the 4 and taking them aboard the ship. So to rescue our fair damsels, Team Ranma uses the Haposai style grappling hook.
Ingrates, all of them. How dare they do this to their master? That's right, Lychee, Akane, Ranma!
So Team Ranma manages to board Kirin's ship, and a small and frankly pathetic fight ensues between Team Ranma and the 7 lucky god martial artists. Team Ranma is defeated incredibly quick, despite everyone being some kind of master of a unique fighting style, and they're all just quickly defeated and then expelled off the boat. However, the 7 lucky gods clearly never heard of the Hapo-style death grip.
that little...
So in China, Akane prepares for her marriage to Kirin, and what the fuck is she wearing? Seriously, what the fuck is that? It's like something out of the Star Wars prequels. I mean, they aren't completely identical, but still some elements feel pretty damn close. In fact, I wouldn't put it past George Lucas to have seen this movie and blatantly tried to rip it off. So here we go, Ranma vs. Kirin, and it's pretty awesome. Ranma attempts attacking Kirin head-on, but none of his punches manage to get through because Kirin's been blocking them with his chopsticks. Blocking punches with chopsticks.
Like a mouse!
So here we go, Ranma vs. Kirin. Again. And this time, it's awesome. Really, it is. Ranma uses his strength to punch a hole through the entire Kirin tower, flooding it with hot water. Then Ranma proceeds to beat Kirin's ass with hot water by punching it at him with enough force to pummel his ass. Only in anime, people, will you get crazy shit like this, and you just gotta love the hell out of it. Hell, we even entered Dragon Ball Z territory.
Ultimate technique, Yakujo Yo Geki Go!
Hiryu Shoten Ha!
So within this maelstrom, everyone is tossed around as Ranma goes to save Akane. However, Kirin gets to her first, but quickly abandons her to save the ancient scroll and Lychee.
The scroll!
Good luck, Akane. And all's well that ends well. Ranma saves Akane, Kirin gets the scroll, Lychee gets her prince, and we are all left with one of the funniest ending stingers to a movie since the Avengers ate at that shawarma restaurant.
Bingo! I've been thinking, Saotome. Don't you think we should have stopped by the cursed springs of Josenkyo while we were in China?
And that's Ranma 1/2 Big Trouble in Nekonron, China. And I like it. Yeah, it's got some problems, one of them being this one scene from the dubbing.
This is no ordinary elephant. What we thought of as his body was actually the aura of his formidable fighting spirit.
Good girl, Jasmine. Very good.
I know this is a nitpick, but Clone says it's a boy, but then not even a minute after, Lychee, the elephant's owner, says it's a girl. This scene was barely a minute apart, and you mess up on the dub? How do you get away with that? What the hell do we even need editors for if they don't even catch this kind of shit? Another minor issue are the action scenes. Now I know Ranma is mostly tongue-in-cheek slapstick comedy, so they aren't ever fully taken too serious. But the 7 Lucky Gods kicked the shit out of Team Ranma pretty quickly. That seems like bullshit to me. Each member on Ranma's team is a master of their craft and a skilled martial artist. Look, I'm not saying that the 7 gods couldn't beat them. I'm just saying they beat the other characters incredibly fast to the point where it seems a bit insulting to these characters. Now one of them is a pushover, and the TV series shows them all to be equally skilled fighters. Hell, I skipped the 7 Lucky Gods fights and went straight to the Kirin boss fight because the others are just dull. You'd think each of the 7 gods would square off with a member of Team Ranma, but they don't, and that really sucks and is a wasted opportunity. Overall though, this is a good movie. It's fun and captures a lot of the show's tongue-in-cheek feel, and it has its enjoyable moments. I do recommend you see the TV series first before watching the movie, otherwise you won't know who any of these characters really are, and would more than likely be confused as fuck by the entire premise. I mean, as soon as you see Ranma turn into a chick, you're probably just thinking, wait, what the fuck? I'm Nero and jealous. And what the fuck is wrong with anime? Can I see that clip of a girl getting kicked in the face by the horse again? Oh man, what do you think of that call, JR?